there's list. He did the exact same thing that he did to us, but worse to a bunch of people. I'm talking like, it's like this thick of how many people he stole from. And I'm thinking to myself,
disgusted.
How does this man still have a realtor license? It does not make any sense to me.
We went back and forth for a very long time about making this video because one, this obviously isn't the kind of content that I usually make on my channel. And secondly, it puts us at danger to do this because the person involved is a criminal. Yeah. It's a person of low moral compass, and we obviously weren't a good judge of character on them, so it's hard to say what putting this video out there is going to do, but we feel a responsibility because we got scammed in a way that we just did not predict. And whenever we told our friends and family what happened, they were like, yo, I would have done the exact same thing. So here's the story. As you know, we have the moving bug. This is our third spot living together. You have it too. You said you did.
I like moving, but you have the moving bug.
Okay, I have the moving bug. One day I go online and I see this house. And I was like, okay, I've done enough searching to know that when you show up somewhere, it's never what you really expect from the picture. So I'm like, let me just go look at it. Jared was at work. I'll just go by myself. So I pull up to the house and the guy who meets me, the realtor, is pleasantly like a young dude. And I'm like, dope. Like, there's nothing that makes me happier than doing business with our people. There's nothing that makes me more proud than doing business with young people. So I enter into the house and I am just blown away. And so immediately I take out my camera and I started recording the house because I wanted Jared to see it, to fall in love with it, as I did when I first walked in. What happened that was like super in our favor that I didn't realize obviously till later is the actual owner of the house just happened to be here. So the owner and I talk for a little bit and then he says to me, I really want you to rent this house. And then he hands me a brochure. This brochure saved us a lot of money because otherwise, we would have gotten scammed a whole lot more money. So essentially the very next day, I'm like, yes, we're interested, but I do want my partner to come and see it first. And he's like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been other people who have seen the house.
Which probably
they have interest.
Lie.
Probably was a lie. So if you want to, you should put a deposit down now. Mind you, I have done this before. In the literal spot that we lived before, the day I viewed the apartment, I handed over the deposit check. Without signing a lease, without anything, you're just putting it as a hold. So this isn't a red flag in my brain. So he gives us 2 different names to write to.
He presented Apex Management as the person who is managing the house.
I don't think anything of this. Actually, Amber's closet was with me. So me and Amber went to Chase, we met up with Shan, we hand over the check, which y'all, not a small amount of money. After that, I had to hound Shan down for the lease. I was like consistently emailing him, being like, where's the lease? Where's the lease? We've already given this money over. He's like, oh, it's taking some time. This with the owner. And then I was like, well, I have the pamphlets. Should I just email them? He's like, no, don't email them because I'll do it this way. But he knew that at least I had that contact with the owner. And then for the next month, because we didn't move in for a month and a half after that, it was just sketch. My dad flew down from Canada to help us with the move. And 3 days before, we had no idea how we were getting the keys.
We've never moved into a house.
Private property.
Yeah, we never moved into a private property. It's always been a building. So it was kind of like, is this protocol? Is this like just because it's not a company and it's very private? And we were just a little bit confused. And Shan was very responsive, I think. I wouldn't say
Extremely
that he wasn't responding in 3 days. I think that he was responding quickly. And I think that he was responding in a way that was like reassuring.
What ends up happening is we had to contact the people from the brochure. My dad was like, call the brochure company. This is BS. Let's just go around this guy because he's kooky.
And we get a call from the management company being like, you guys are missing a deposit. And we're like, what do you mean? We gave that deposit to Apex. And they're like, we don't know what Apex is. And we're like, wait, what? So then that's when the realtor that we actually is managing the property was like, yo, that guy stole your money and you still need to pay. Remember?
That was such a gut check to me.
That's when it clicked.
We're like,
what happened there?
That's not our realtor. We
That's
don't know
your
this.
realtor.
Yeah, we don't know this dude. Like, we responded to an ad online. He was the one showing the house. I don't know this human being from a loaf of bread.
To summarize everything that happened, He posed himself as the house realtor. We trusted him. We gave him a deposit because we thought that his management company was managing the property, which in reality wasn't managing the property. He cashed that check, did not give it to the actual realtors. We had to come up with another deposit so that we did not get evicted. So I go in and I go start doing some digging on this man, and I look up his real estate number, which now I want to tell this to everybody right now. If you're about to go and you're dealing with a realtor that you do not know, that is not your friend, look up his number. You can look it up on the government website. And I'm thinking to myself,
disgusted.
How does this man still have a realtor license? It does not make any sense to me. We get this letter in the mail. We get this letter in the mail and it says that they're reviewing it and he's still allowed to show houses? How do you explain that? I don't understand. Because luckily, we are frugal with our money and we were able to bounce back from this situation, but some other person is gonna be on the street. Some other person is gonna be homeless.
This is the scariest part of all, you guys. He has all of our information. Driver's license, social security number, my bank account information. When you're applying to rent somewhere, you have to provide so much personal information, and that fucking terrifies me. We had to get extra locks on the place. We had to install cameras. I had to move bank accounts. Like, we had to put a life lock on our identities because we don't know what kind of sick person this is. And like I said in the beginning, we were so fortunate that the owners were here, because in the other reports that we read, he took everything from those people.
He didn't take just the deposit.
He took the first month's rent plus a deposit. I hope this is the end of the story, and I hope this is the start of a good lesson for you. And we just felt compelled to share it with you guys because we have invited you into our home, and we wanted to tell you the story behind how we got here and the lesson that we had to learn the hard way.
Oh my God, let me get a couple hundred, ain't a lot, live a lot. Middle of the winter got me feeling hot. Heard a lot, seen a lot of shit to get me in the drop. Meet me by the river if you really wanna feel the top. Oh my